Jason Statham has a new action movie that came out this weekend called The Beekeeper. So here are my thoughts on it. Hi, my name is Nathan, and I talk about a bunch of movies on this channel. If you're new here, down below in the comment section, share what you thought of The Beekeeper. This is the new Jason Statham action movie from director David Ayer, who brought us Suicide Squad 2016, which he claims is not his movie, to be fair, and he also directed Fury, a war film, World War II film that I recently watched and really enjoyed. And so, him doing an action movie with Jason Statham, that caught my attention. Real quick before I give my thoughts on this movie, down below in the comment section, share what you thought of The Beekeeper, click that like button, and be sure to subscribe. And if you enjoy this video, check out more content like this that I have on my channel after this video is over. And with all that said, let's just get straight into this with the review. And I'm just going to probably do this as a one-take video. And to keep it very simple with this review, let's just cut straight to the chase. Very simple, straightforward film, but one that I really, really enjoyed. This is definitely a Jason Statham action movie, as he's been doing these for the past few years now. And I would think that you're really going to enjoy this movie if you like action movies and Jason Statham. And as somebody that likes action movies and Jason Statham, seeing him in a new action movie, always really cool. And so, to me, this was just a very simple movie. There are no big gigantic character arcs. There are no big gigantic plots. It's just a good old-fashioned action movie with a very simple plot, not trying to be the most ambitious film or anything like that. But I do think that this is a fun action movie. And it was kind of refreshing for me as somebody that watches a lot of movies, because nowadays we've been getting movies that have big gigantic spectacle, trying to have big emotional sweeping character arcs, trying to be as long as possible. And it was kind of refreshing to me to see a movie like this where it's under 2 hours, it's short, it's concise, and the plot structure, even the plot structure in general, made it really refreshing. Like, within 5 minutes of the movie, or maybe even within 3 minutes of the movie, it gets right to the point. The main plot kicks in right then and there. Like, the first action sequence happens less than 10 minutes into the movie. It just absolutely just gets straight to the point. It plays out its plot, and by the end of it, it resolves its plot line, and the credits start to roll. Like, no epilogue or anything. It's like a finale happens, and the credits just roll right after that resolution. So, it's kind of refreshing for me to see a movie that will start very abruptly, end very abruptly, very simple structure, and very straightforward movie. It's kind of refreshing. And Jason Statham, of course, brings a bunch of charm and movie star action movie charisma when it comes to his role in this movie, in this case being a character named Adam Clay, who is like on John Wick levels of action hero. Like, we'll get into that later about the John Wick elements of it, but he just brings his movie star charisma. As if you want to see him beat up and kill people, shoot people in the face and punch people in the chest, you get that in this movie. But not only he brings movie star charisma, a bunch of these side actors also bring a bunch of movie star charisma. Like, the standout to me would be Josh Hutcherson, who, funny story actually, I went on to see Five Nights at Freddy's, and that movie's aged really well with me because of how popular that movie is. Every single person at my school knows who Josh Hutcherson is because of Five Nights at Freddy's. Of course, I know him from Five Nights at Freddy's, as well as Peter Malark in the Hunger Games movies. But in this one, he's kind of a very different character than what he played in Five Nights at Freddy's, as well as Peter Malark, as he's this kind of rich kid, douchebag, who he's the one behind this whole scamming organization that's the inciting incident of this film. And of course, you also got Jeremy Irons in here, also playing kind of a fun role as the boss man in the background. And so even all the other actors bring a bunch of movie star charisma. And like I said, with our John Wick elements, this movie felt like if you kind of took John Wick and changed it up just a little bit and put Jason Statham in it. Because you get a revenge plot, and in this one it's his neighbor being killed, or committing suicide in this case, because of something that happened to her, and she was mistreated, and he wants to get revenge on the people who are truly responsible for this act. That is the premise, and he's part of a secret organization called Beekeepers that is very secret, beyond the law, and not spoiling anything, this is all in the trailers. And it's very much kind of like John Wick. Like John Wick wants to get revenge on his dog. He's part of a secret organization, special skills nobody knows about, and very much like that. But I think that this movie just has fun with that type of premise. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It, of course, is filled with over-the-top action sequences, but to me, all really fun. And the way this movie decides to entertain you is by delivering non-stop, well-choreographed action. There's one action sequence in the movie that stood out in particular. It's in the final battle where Jason Statham is fighting a guy in a hallway. Like, there's no music in the background. You'll notice when you see it if you watch this movie, and you'll know what I'm talking about. But like, he's fighting someone in a hallway. That to me was a really well choreographed action sequence where I could tell it was more practical stunt work. So, in general, not any big gigantic issues with this movie. Not anything to truly amaze me or anything like that. But looking back at this movie, I just think of all the positive stuff about it, and as somebody that likes action movies, I really dug this one. So overall, as a B-movie action movie, I'm giving it a B, no pun intended. Like I said, if you like action movies, definitely go check this one out, and you will have a blast with it. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on The Beekeeper. Click that like button, and be sure to subscribe, and tell me below in the comment section if you've seen it. Tell me what you thought of The Beekeeper. Over on my channel, I have more content like this. Check those out right now. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end, and I will see you in the next one.